if something is delivered to me, and even though I'm like, I mean, I won't say, actually, sometimes I'll say, okay, it's over 80. And I'll just say, let it go. Let it go. Let it be, let it live in the world, the graphic, the people, the initiative, the skater. Like did it hit 80? And I've got this weird 80 thing going. And so I let the 20% slide because the 20% equals they get to grow because they got to let it go. Because if I get it to 101%, I actually took over the last 20
Yeah.
because they got it to 80 and I'm like, it's 80, but I got to just scoot aside so I get it to 100.
Yeah.
And they're like, fuck, bro. It's like, I think it's 100. I'm like, it's not. I'm the guy.
Yeah.
And so I'd be like, get over here. I'm going to get that 21% in there so it's perfect. And that person's like, fuck, bro. I can't even, and they don't get credit for the job. Cause then I'm like, I did that.
Yes.
Cause I'm like like back then, especially, I'm like this egomaniac.
Yeah.
So then I'm like, actually, I did that. I did that.
There's the
That's
voice.
my idea. Actually, because the person's in the meeting like, fuck, I did that, right? And then I'm like, actually, I did that because I did the fucking 21%. And that's really bad leadership. And by the way, I did that a lot back in the day. And that doesn't give your employees any confidence. And also, that's not cool. Like as a human, like let them live. And so I don't know, 80%.
Dude, I love it. I relate to it. I'm going to start applying that more in my life because I got to say what you said about also just like focusing, not taking over on a project and letting other people actually do it. Even if, let's say, they get to 80%, the biggest gain is you get to just enjoy your own life more.
That's right.
And that like weird perfectionism where it's like, no, it actually has to have that extra 21%. Nobody in the world's going to notice except for like you.
That's right.
You know, or like maybe someone on your level. And that on your level maybe isn't even a good thing that's necessary for the market. Right.
That's right.
That having that more space to like enjoy your life, have that extra 30 minutes or 2 hours with your kid or with your wife or go on a walk or have some food, go on a run. Like, yo, that stuff matters. And poor leaders are made of being obsessive where you don't actually enjoy your life. Like the worst leaders I know are people who all they do is their business and they just don't, they're not plugged into life. I shouldn't say the worst. Many of the worst leaders I know are in that space because I have met some that are wonderful. Okay, let's move into your transition from Element. Because that's huge. That's a huge part of your story. So maybe give us a little background of like what led up to it. And then we'll hit into where you are at now and what you're working on these days.
Yeah. Well, first off, I love this conversation. I just got to say that. Like, I love talking about these things, and everything you're saying is quite enlightening too, by the way. I find so much interest talking to other entrepreneurs and people's perspective on business. It's quite fun. I was saying that during the break. Like, I just really, it feeds my fire, right? Because like I think this goes back to like your role in life and what you're meant to do. And I think it's really important these type of conversations take place because there's not a lot of business people out there taking that 21% of time, and instead of fine-tuning a graphic, you're fine-tuning other people's opportunities to like learn from your shit, right? Because like what we just said, if anyone out there is listening and you let that go, man, you're gonna make a lot of motherfuckers happy.
Totally,
like seriously, the amount of lives you will change. You could go and start a nonprofit and try to feed the whole world. And you might have more success giving 21% back to your staff, and where that could go and the amount of businesses and generations of lives that could change because of that one decision to empower people